I keep having... I had a nightmare before that Ina graduated, and I don't know. If Ina ever graduates, I'm gonna lose motivation to stream for a little bit. Because she's really she's the one who inspired me to become a streamer, because I'm such a... I knew I'm like a lower paced kind of girl. I'm not very like mainichi genki kind of person. I'm not like high energy. And I already knew that. So it kept me from being a streamer for many, many years. I really didn't think it was in my books. I really didn't think that even being in a company, like that was an impossible dream. But then Ina debuted and I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe more comfier people like me have a place in streaming. Am I pretty upbeat? I'm glad you guys think so, but I think compared to a lot of streamers, I'm sort of on the comfy side. Yeah. I'm not like the most genki. Like, Irie is really genki. Leah is very genki. I didn't think I was very genki from the get-go. Thank you. I'm glad you guys vibe with me. That's all that matters, really. There's a girl for everyone, right? And that's what I learned. Is like, I don't need to be liked by everyone. As long as there are people who do appreciate what I do, then I'm doing something right. I don't have to be somebody everybody likes, you know? That's not important. You know what's funny is I always say like, hey, like I don't really think that, you know, it's impossible to expect somebody to like everyone. Like I don't like absolutely everyone, you know, that I meet. Sometimes I meet someone who's a little more questionable and I don't get along with them, and that's fine, right? That's completely normal. And I don't know why, for some reason, when you have confidence issues, you feel like, oh, I've been doing something wrong if somebody doesn't like me. Which doesn't make any freaking sense. You don't need to appeal to everyone. You just need to appeal to the people who you vibe with. And I think that's like a lesson learned that I had to sort of internalize. I care too much about what people say, because, of course, most people don't talk to this many people in a day, you know? So it's weird. It's weird for my brain to wrap around that, you know? It's okay if people dislike me. I'm just going to let it be. Yeah, I like you guys too. Exactly, right? I think I like almost all of them. All of who? The VTubers? I'm glad you're a minna. Dare demo suki. Has you impossible to dislike? That's not true. It's no surprising, but every girl, every VTuber has people who dislike them. It's not really important to think about, but, you know, I can't imagine someone disliking you. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so sweet. But that's the reality of being a content creator, right? Sometimes there's just people who will dislike you, and that's fine. It's just the reality of it. I think it's not as simple as saying, oh, it's just jealousy. There's a lot of reasons, you know? Some people can not like you for simple reasons like, oh, I just don't like the way that you talk, or the stories that you tell, or the kind of vibes you give off. It could be something as arbitrary as that, and that's fine, you know? That's why here at Face Connect, we have like 16 different girls. There's somebody for everyone, you know? And it's okay to not like a certain flavor of streamer. 17 now. So it's just not worth thinking about too much or giving it too much attention. Of course, sometimes you get depressed and you do that anyways, but yeah, it's just really not worth it, as I've learned. You waste precious time with the people that do care about you if you spend your entire time being worried about stuff like that, you know? Yeah, FaZe is really growing. We're really growing. We're gonna get more fans, and things are gonna always like be evolving, and I always have to be ready mentally for things to change, you know? Change is difficult, but I think we can really navigate it well together as long as we stick together, right?